That's what I think.
Yeah.
How old is Andrew Tate?
Okay.
36.
Okay, so I
37.
have a question. Just raise it. I'm just curious. Raise a hands. Who thinks men peak at 25?
Definitely not.
Who thinks men peak at 30?
I think it can begin at
Just
30.
raise it, please. Raise hands. Okay. Let's. Who thinks men peak at 35? 35. Okay. Who thinks men peak at 40? Who thinks men peak at 45?
I better.
Who thinks men peak at 50?
I still think that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so we've gotten like I think it's
47, 49.
I mean,
Okay,
I didn't meet my wife until my late 30s, and I'm 43. And to his point earlier, I'm pretty happily married. Pearl and I were having this discussion earlier that I actually don't feel bitter towards women because I have a wife that respects me. She admires me. She's not beating me. She's not hitting on me. She doesn't have guy friends. She goes meets for drinks. She's happy though.
She sucks a dick good, right?
She's not high. Well, she's not high maintenance. She's a great mother. She's a great mother. So there are a portion of men who were able to get a lot of women. They were ladies' men. They were great with getting women, and they're actually able to get a wife that respects them and loves them. And honestly, I would say that as Art, the second oldest guy in the room, I really do think that marriage and starting a family is the happiest way in existence for a man than being with a bunch of women, and then be loyal to your wife and have her be loyal to you. If you find a good woman, and that's the closest you'll be to God.
How long have you guys been married for?
I've only had one woman since my late 30s.
Okay, nice.
Have you ever cheated?
I wasn't.
I mean, how many times have you cheated? Sorry, that's the question.
Because honestly, like all jokes aside, I don't like to joke around about three things. One is homosexuality. The other is about pedophilia, and the other is about adultery. So once you look here, there's my finger. If you can see it,
I can see it.
Once I got that ring on, I
Good on
didn't
you.
play around. And I have a daughter. So, I don't want my daughter to grow up without a father.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Did you?
That's adultery. In mainstream society, in our cinema, in the United States, we've normalized adultery. That's a top 10 commandment. As a man of faith, I'm against that. I have a very strong view on that.
When you met her, how did you know that she was the one? How did you know? Right, this is it for now. For life,
when I met her, I was doing private equity deals, and despite having a pretty good income, she didn't know that I was successful. I met her at an Airbnb. I was staying like a hippie in a tiny room on a Spanish island, and the host said to me, "There's two German girls in the other room." And when I got on the balcony, I saw the way her eyes lit up when she saw me. I honestly feel like, as a man, that one of the best things you can do is not show flash. If you can't get a woman driving a regular car, if you can't get a woman without showing, whatever is the best woman you can get without showing off anything, just off you, that is the real you. That is a woman that really, really loves you for who you are. And to your point, when you said earlier, is she with you on a day that's bad? My wife was with me when I got sick once, or, for example, one day I was bleeding and I couldn't stand on my feet. My wife held me. You know what I'm saying?
And that meant the world to you. To this day, you still would never forget that moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to your point, you're very mature to understand that in your 20s.
It's because I've been around. I've literally been in the clubs. I've been around. I've had fun across the world, and then eventually men get to this point where it's always cold. Like, it's just cold. You can be around as many girls as you want, but until you find the right woman that can actually.
I think emptiness.
It's an empty, lonely road for men.